Hey guys, today I'm gonna tell you another effed up story, and I'm gonna try to do it all in one shot, but I probably won't because I suck at this. So, okay, let me explain something first. The reason I put GF as in girlfriend is because, and the title is because I wanted you to know that it was a girl that was being accused of rape, because statistically 99% of all rapists are men and 1% are women. So I wanted you to know that it was a girl. I'm not saying that it was my girlfriend, like as in lesbian. It was, just wanted you to know that it was a girl. And you're probably thinking, if this is about someone else, why are you telling the story? Because I'm part of it, that is why. So, without further ado, here is another episode of Effed Up Stories. Alright, so again, I am changing everyone's name in this story to protect their anonymity or whatever. So yeah, if you know who I'm talking about, please do not comment their name, because I will delete it as soon as I see it. So thank you. Anyway, I was 18 and it was almost summer. I think it was spring. We were gonna graduate soon, and so my friend was driving me home from school. Let's call her Mary Jane. So Mary Jane was driving me home, and she noticed that, like, this car was following her, and it was a cop car. Yes. She noticed that this cop car is following her, and she was kind of like a little freaked out because we weren't good girls, I'll tell you that. And so the cop car followed us for about 3 or 4 miles before he pulled us over, which I thought was like a dick kind of move. And then he was joined by another car, which was an undercover police car. So Mary Jane was like, the cop came over and she was like, what did I do wrong? And she was like, I wasn't speeding. And they were like, please step out of the car. And I was like, oh shit. So one of the cops comes over to me and he starts searching her car, and I think they found, like, it wasn't weed, I think it was like a pipe they found, for a marijuana pipe. It was something like that. Like, they didn't actually find weed, but they found like contraband or whatever. And so I had my little purse, and the cop was like, do you have anything that you shouldn't? And I was like, do you want to look in my bag? And he was like, only if you say we can. And he said this because legally he needed a search warrant to go through my bag. But he said it like, if you don't let us look, we're going to, we're gonna get a search warrant anyway. So I was just like, alright, whatever, because I didn't have anything. I didn't really smoke weed at the time because it made me really paranoid and anxious, and I didn't like it. So I was like, whatever. So I showed him the contents of my bag, And I was like, well, I have cigarettes, but I'm 18, and the rest was just, like, crap. And, he was like, okay. So, I didn't know what the hell was going on, and they handcuffed Mary Jane and put her, I think, yeah, they put her in the undercover police car that looked like a regular car, and then the other officer put me in the back of the actual police car. And actually they put me in the back of the police car before they even handcuffed her, so I'm like trying to watch what's going on from the back of this police car. And so they drive us to the station, and they put me in a room, and I'm just sitting there, and Mary Jane is in a different room and being interrogated, I guess. And then they start interrogating me. And they, like, the first thing they asked me is, are you aware that your friend was trading sex for, or was trading marijuana for sex from an underage boy? And I was like, what? And he was like, an underage retarded boy. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they were like, his name is Tommy Jones. And I start laughing, and I'm like, he's retarded? And I just started laughing. And before you say, like, I'm like, I make fun of retarded people, let me tell you this. The reason that I laughed is because A, I was nervous. B, I did not know that that person was mentally handicapped. And C, I couldn't believe that the police officer blatantly called him retarded. So, like, and I laughed because, like, it was laughable to think that Mary Jane had done that. Like, I was like, no, what, no, there is no way she did that. I'm telling you right now that there is no way that she did what you're saying that she did. Because apparently this boy, Tommy Jones, got caught with marijuana and had told the police that Mary Jane had given it to him so that he would have sex with her. And the fact is, yes, she did sell him the marijuana, sold it to him. She did not have any relations with him. And I will swear on a freaking Bible, I know her that well, she would never, ever in her life do that. So, then they start asking me about this cash register. I worked at a diner at the time, and somebody broke in and stole the entire cash register. And so they're like, you work at Tom's Diner, is that correct? And I was like, yes. And they were like, are you aware that the cash register was stolen recently? And I was like, yes, obviously I know that the cash register was stolen. And he was like, do you know where it was found? And I had heard where it was found, and it was found around Nassau Lake, which I lived around Nassau Lake. Like, I lived right next to the lake. Like, the lake was right in front of our house. And the register was found, like, a like a mile away or something like that, around the lake. And I was like, yeah, I know where it was found. It was found around Nassau Lake. And he was like, and where do you live? And I was like, around Nassau Lake. And he was like, isn't that kind of convenient? And I was like, no, I find it very inconvenient for me. And he was like, did you have anything to do with stealing it? And I was like, no, I did not. First of all, I don't have keys. And whoever took it did not break in. They unlocked the door. There was no sign of breaking and entering. And I was like, second of all, I can't carry that thing. Third of all, I know that only $100 is kept in that register overnight, and half of it is in change. So why would I steal that? And so that was kind of like the end of my interrogation, because they didn't really think that I stole the register. Like, honestly, I think they just, you know, wanted to cross every T and dot every I or whatever. So the police officer drives me home, and the one with the real cop that was driving the real cop car, he drives me home, and I am just sitting there waiting for Mary Jane to call me, because I'm like, what the f is going on? And somebody saw me being dropped off by a cop car, and I explained to them like what was going on and blah blah blah. So finally I hear from Mary Jane, and she told them that yes, she had sold him weed, but she had not slept with him, and she told them that that was laughable as well, just as I had, because if you knew who they were talking about, you would know that it was laughable, whatever. And so I guess they thought that I was an accomplice because there was somebody else there when she was selling him the marijuana, and they were gonna pin it on me. So Mary Jane, who never rats on anyone because that is like the code, she, knowing that I was going to get in trouble because they were just blindly guessing or whatever, and because they knew that I hung out with her a lot, they were just gonna pin it on me. And because she loved me that much, and because she did not want me to get in trouble, she sang like a canary and told them exactly who was with her when it happened, when she sold them the marijuana. And it was another one of our friends. Like, we had like this group, and I don't think that girl ever forgave her for that, because that was like on their record or whatever. So that is the story about how my very good friend was accused of rape, and she did not do it, but she was accused because that kid was a psycho, and he just, I don't know, wanted attention or something. So she actually had to go to court and go through all the motions because this kid was like a sociopath. And that's what it was. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Effed Stories. I post videos every Wednesday, and I try on Sunday, but I usually don't succeed because I usually don't do them ahead of time, and Sunday my family usually comes and we go out and stuff, so always Wednesday, sometimes Sunday. So yeah, like, subscribe, or don't. You do you. Much love, and peace out.